What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to tell you why I like using the landmine, why I prefer it over some other lifts, and I'm going to give you guys some exercises that are staples in all of my programs. So real quickly, if you're interested, we do have our online programs. If you are looking for an awesome upper body program that features a landmine, check it out. It's called the Upper Echelon. Head over to our website and you will find all of our online programs. So I am a massive fan of the landmine bar. I use it for pressing, rowing, power exercises. I still do incorporate barbell lifts and especially dumbbell. I love using dumbbells for overhead lifting. It's very similar to the mechanics of a landmine, which is why I love using it. But when it comes to lifting up a barbell overhead, there's a couple of things that are wrong with that. So the one thing that I love about landmine and dumbbells that the barbell is not very good at is it kind of locks your scaps into place. So when you're using the landmine and pressing at this angle or dumbbells, it allows free movement of the scaps, the upward rotation that they like to follow when lifting. And doing something like a strict barbell press, since you're locked in on the bar, it only allows for one motion. And you also really see that when it comes to like a bench press. Having your back on the bench, it kind of locks your scaps down, so it doesn't allow for that movement as much. So that's why I love using a landmine. Another reason for it is it's a lot safer in my opinion. So when I teach young athletes how to do like a power movement, like if we're talking a split jerk, for example, doing a barbell split jerk is often kind of sketch sometimes, you know, it could smack you in the chin. It's happened to me before. And doing something with a landmine, it kind of goes out in front of you. So you take that concern out of it. It's also, I find, less pressure on the back, having to hold it straight up. People tend to bow their back, whereas with the landmine, you can really get them leaning into it a little bit more. It's safer if you have to drop it. Obviously with an overhead, you can just throw it. But not everybody is comfortable tossing, you know, barbells around, and especially if you own your own stuff, like anytime someone slams it, it kind of makes you cringe a little bit. So something with a landmine, it's a little bit safer in that regards. Another reason why I love it is it's super sport specific, right? So you can match the angles with the landmine to the sport, no matter what you're doing, right? If you're doing football, you can match it, volleyball, basketball, baseball, whatever sport you're doing, you can change the load, change the angle so it matches exactly the needs. And I think the biggest thing with the landmine is it's just overall a lot safer, and it prevents a lot of pain in my opinion working on the rotator cuff. I have a lot of people coming in with shoulder pain, and when we do the landmine movement trying to strengthen it, it causes a lot less pain than when we do something like even a dumbbell overhead press. Just the nature of the movement, kind of pressing out at that angle versus straight up, helps a lot. So when it comes to doing landmine exercises, I'm gonna give you guys 5 staples in my programs. So you can press with it. You can also do a lot of pulling with it as well, which is awesome. And you can change up the like the movement pattern for the same exercise. And what I mean by that is, like, one exercise that I love doing is just your standard press, right? You can go double arm, single arm, and you can change it up to make it like a half kneel or a tall kneel, or if you really want, you can do like a split stance, split squat. So the biggest thing with the landmine is that you can use your body as one unit. And right, when we're talking about athletics and sports and just everyday life, that's a huge thing, is being able to use your body as one unit, using muscles like connected together. So like I said, first exercise that I love is gonna be your standard press, double arm, or single arm. Next, my second favorite is gonna be a landmine split jerk. So you see me do these a lot. I absolutely love them for power. They're great for stability, unilateral strength, and just strength in general, especially with youth athletes. They're relatively easy to learn, they catch on quickly, and they do an amazing job at generating power. Number 3 is also gonna be a power exercise. It's gonna be a push press. So you could do this with the barbell, right? It's that same movement straight up, but with the landmine, once again, it's a lot safer. You don't have to worry about smacking yourself in the face, and you can really load it up. That's another thing. You can get heavy with that landmine, and you don't have to worry about like the integrity of your shoulder or back as much. You still need to be careful, but having something overhead is just a massive game changer when it comes to worrying about like shoulder health, back health, and all of that stuff. All right, number 4 is gonna be a row. So you can either hit a single arm row or a double arm row. You can put an attachment on the landmine, and I think that's an amazing way to work on the back. Especially if you're doing a single arm. It's pretty similar to a dumbbell row. You're just changing it up a little bit. So if you don't have a landmine, you could totally do that with dumbbells or even a barbell. I'm less concerned about rowing with the landmine or like with the barbell than I am with pressing, but just to give you guys some exercises. Please hold. Just to give you guys some exercises, that's another one that I love. And then finally, I mentioned this earlier, doing like a half kneel variation. You could do a half kneel press, double arm, single arm, anything that you do standing, you can do half kneel or tall kneel. So I know that's very similar to the first one, but just throwing in those different variations, you could change up the movement slightly and you will notice a massive difference. So doing things like that, changing the mechanisms, the loading patterns, movement patterns is gonna be awesome. So if you guys enjoy this, please give it a did I already do this at the start?
No.
Oh. So if you guys enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure you subscribe to catch all of them. Hope you guys liked it.